Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. Here we are receiving that 8 XP again at the end of the prior quest. And now, as before, we have the option of going to the Infernal Throne. You cannot allow the terror of another plane to live. Or we can go and retrieve an artifact for that terror back in our own plane. And previously, I had hoped to work with Jaxera to overthrow the government, and I wasn't capable of doing that, so we sided with the guards. But now, perhaps we will assist this infernal thing to doing what it wants. So we're going to jump back to Gloomhaven right now. Should not be a travel event for that. We should just roll up into the city. The Eternal Wanderer is up to 11 of their scenarios. We're up to 4 of 6 of the different kinds of demons slain. And before we do that, we can take a city event. There's some shop stuff and some leveling for Mindy. Mass Hysteria. Attack for 1 at a range of 4, targeting 4 creatures with muddle, creating ice. That's wild. You may have 2 augments active at once. If a third augment is played, discard one of the others. That also seems pretty wild. Frozen Mind. Augment. On your melee attacks, stun. Attack 2. When another augment is played, discard this card. Force one enemy within range 5 to perform move 2 with you controlling the actions. Man, those are some good cards. So having the ability to muddle 4 creatures is basically what Craggy was able to do with that tornado. But at the same time, having stun on all of our cards, although that's consume... On all your attacks, consume ice to stun. So we would need enough stuff that is creating ice to fuel that. Which right now is not so much of our stuff. Whereas Mass Hysteria here creates ice and lets us have 2 augments up at once. Now, of course, to have 2 augments up at once, we're going to thin our deck faster. And if we really wanted to, we could take any of the other stuff that we have not yet taken. But I don't think we need to. Right, I'm going to ponder this decision for a minute. Alright, I'm going to take Frozen Mind because I want the move 2 ability on the bottom, because something that I want to lean more into that I have been kind of neglecting is Faith's ability to damage creatures that aren't next to any of their allies with melee attacks, rather than leaning on her ranged attacks too much. So we'll take Frozen Mind. And do we want to take off Parasitic Influence? Force one enemy within range 4 to perform move 1. On your melee stat attacks, heal 2 self. Well, we have somewhere here heal 2 range 2 as an augment, which seems like a better version of that, and move an enemy within range 5 move 2 seems like a better version of that. So we will lose Parasitic Influence for now, take up Frozen Mind instead, and with that done, we have 2 available perks, one from the perk points we had collected in the last mission, and one for leveling up. Now, adding freeze cards could have been good if we had have taken the other option, which we may still well do later on. Remove 4 plus 0s, replace 2 plus 1s with 2 plus 2s. Replace a -2 with a 0. Add freezes. Add 2 redraw and +1s. Add pulls, models, immobilizes. I think I'm going to take Resilient for Mindy. Ignore negative scenario effects. And then second to that, I'm going to drop the -2. Then next time we can consider dust, get rid of all those +0s, and then have a much better weighted deck to stronger attacks. Now there was something that became available in the shop. Sword Edge Armor. Add a -1 to the deck. Or is that 4 -1s perhaps? On the next 3 sources of damage you from attacks targeting you, gain shield 1, retaliate 1. That seems great. Now Brutus is currently wearing hide armor. On the next 2 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain shield 1. Cragheart has the Cloak of Pockets, which I am a fan of. Mindy has picked up another small item slot for getting to 5th level. We should definitely do something with that. But for right now, with 53 gold, if we check our perks a second, we have ignore negative item effects and add 1+1 card. So, if we sell our hide armor, we get 5 back. And then purchase Sword Edge Armor. On the next 3 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain shield 1, retaliate 1. Bind to Brutus. And we do not take these 4 negatives because we have the attribute Fortitude, giving us the ability to not have to take those extra 4 -1s, which is great. Right, otherwise, back here in the city, we'll take a city event. After resting for the evening, you start out your day noticing a great number of prominent, commanding posters around the city. Reading one, you learn that the Sanctuary of the Great Oak is laying down the foundation for a new building in the east side of Gloomhaven. Everyone is encouraged to come and help. This could be an important community event. Go help lay the foundation, or take the opportunity to steal some valuables in the area while people are distracted. Let's go be good citizens. Amidst a great deal of revelry, you pull all you have into laying foundation for the sanctuary. Surely much good will be done in healing the sick and wounded. After all your exhausted efforts, though, you might end up being their first patients. -1 perk point, +1 reputation, +1 prosperity. So Mindy just spent her perk points. I guess we can't go to a -1 with those. So Faith will have lost 1 at least. The others perhaps, I'm not sure. But we've nothing else to do right now. Looks like Brutus and Faith are going to level up next mission regardless of what happens. So we could go and retrieve the artifact. That was one of the things that we were offered. But there's no reason we have to do that first. Determine the truth of the dragon rumors. Kill the prime dragon. Jeez, that does not sound... prime demon, excuse me, not damon. Not dragon. Words. We know about the swarm. I don't fancy facing it again. Frozen Hollow, find the Esther. Living spirits, hounds, and frost demons. Well, we do need to get Mindy to kill a frost demon, I think. And hounds and living spirits don't sound like the most difficult thing to deal with. And even if we find the Aether enchanter, we don't necessarily have to have them clean up the other mess. So let's take that.
An enchanter has been called for, so an enchanter must be found. Following reports of an aether in the Boiler District, you find yourself standing before an abandoned and decrepit tavern, the Crooked Bone. Opening the door, the inside looks exactly as the outside advertised. Spider webs, splintered stools, and dusty, broken glass. Stepping past the threshold, a translucent female suddenly appears before you. Why have you come to this place, mercenaries? Your presence is unwanted, and you're disrupting my research. You quickly explain why you have come, and the woman's frown deepens. Oh, look at the aether woman. She can fulfill all our wishes. All she has to do is wave her hands and our wildest dreams will come true. She sighs in frustration, and actually does wave her hands. Leave me in peace. You don't move. She stares. Well, instead of disrupting, then maybe you could help. Scratch my back, maybe I'll scratch yours. That's how these things work, right? The woman turns and walks towards a destroyed set of stairs, but after a few steps, she fades away entirely. I need an orb from the frozen hollow in the Copperneck Mountains. The woman's voice comes from directly in front of you, as if she hadn't moved at all. Bring it back to me, and I may help you. A map drops at your feet. My name is Hale, by the way. Do not come back without the orb.
Alright, simple enough. Go find strange magic thing in cliffside places. As for our road encounter, as you walk down a dirt path, you see a hard-looking mercenary sitting on a patch of grass. He nods as you pass. Hey friends, he says. There's something off about his tone though. I don't suppose you'd be willing to part with a stamina potion, would you? I'm headed towards Gloomhaven, but come such a long way. I'm not feeling too good about the stretch I have left. With a clank of his sword sheath against his armor and a loud groan, the man stands up. I'll pay you well for it. We have stamina potions to spare, I think. So we lose 1 minor stamina potion, gain 20 collective gold. And I think Faith definitely has a mana potion. So she gets the most cash back. Brutus just spent a bunch, so I don't think he's in need of cash for anything too soon.
The map is easy to follow. Deep in the Copperneck Mountains, obscured by snowdrifts, you find the opening to a dark, narrow cave. The wolf tracks around the entrance are troubling, but with a firm resolve, you enter.
So, kill all enemies in all rooms. Frost demons, hounds, and living spirits. Flying innate, shield 2 innate. Retaliate 1 innate, retaliate 2 innate. That's going to be fun. Take only long rests, allow none of your allies to become exhausted. Let's see if we can keep everyone up. Your health at the end of the scenario is equal to 2 or less. Use your equipped items a number of times equal to or greater than your level plus 2. Can we do 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do 6. Kill 3 or fewer monsters. Kill 1 or more elite. Killing an elite is easy enough. Gain 13 or more XP. Have 3 or fewer total cards. Mindy can burn some cards. She's got lots of alterations. What are they called? The big brain stuff, you know. Any negatives for the scenario? All mercenaries start with 3 extra -1 attack modifiers. Well, Mindy will not then, because she has resistance to effects in missions. So, we start back here. We've got a lot of wolves and some spirits at the back, and then an arc of corridor and 1 more room over there. So, from here, all of these guys have retaliate, which is not going to be fun. The red ones retaliate 2, the blue retaliate 1. And then at the back we've got Living Spirit Elites and Living Spirits. So we're going to want piercing when we get over there. But for right now, not so much a problem. We also have an obstacle here that if I could throw there or there, we'd be having a great time. I do fear about how quickly those dogs are going to get off the mark. So witches are move 1 adjacent hex range 4 with attack 2. Or rock slide, create 3 single hex obstacles in empty hexes within range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd only be this one that would be really useful. We'd need to move forward to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We could step forward 1 and do that. And that creates green. But we're going to need something to move forward with if we want to be able to hit everything. So I'm wondering if maybe retaliate or something is going to be better off for us with such a vastness of foes coming. Don't see any traps or rough terrain. Apart from the wolves, they're pretty rough. Dog jokes. Annoyingly, those 3 at the back are pretty far away from the rest of us. Attack 2, target 3, range 3. So I think Faith could move up to here and then throw a lot of daggers. Or failing that, we could swift bow and take duelist advance and just try and kill the one closest to us. Then the others would need to move at least 3 to be within an attacking range. Add 2 to all your attacks this round, targeting enemies adjacent to no other allies, and attack 3 at a range of 4. So that's 5. Attack 3, push 1. You may push the target into hexes containing obstacles. In each case, destroy the obstacle and target suffers 2 extra damage. That would be a great thing to do right here. We'd be attacking the one that Faith intends to shoot. So that one will probably die. We'd need to be standing here, so we need to take a step forward to do that. So why not go with a sentient growth? Question is, are we going to be able to move fast enough to do that? Mindy, from all the way back here. Attack 2, range 4, and immobilize. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could immobilize one of the dogs. And on bottom, force 1 enemy within range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will work out quite nicely. That is a top and a bottom. Then Brutus over here. We want to try and save our piercing stuff. Do we have move and attack on bottom? We definitely do with Don't we have it? Before move 4, if the movement was in a straight line, attack X. So if we do that from here, after this guy gets killed, we might be able to get 2 good attacks in. So that's on bottom. Then on top, unstoppable charge, and we'll go on the 86 initiative. 7, 7, 48, 48. Move 5 and muddle. Move 4 and muddle. Move 4, attack 4 at a range of 4. Move 3, attack 3 at a range of 3. Well, that's all pretty bad for us. Faith can go on a 6 initiative. This dog's probably going to come right to here and muddle all of us. So why don't we do that? Add 2 to our attack rolls. If we take advantage, a times 2 would give us enough, or a +2 if we use the potion as well. But I think I'm going to save that for when we attack with daggers and we attack multiple things. Yeah. That's what I expected to happen. So now we're attacking at disadvantage, but boy, are they clustered up quite a lot. So does this change anything that we want to do? The immobilization does not really help us right now. Forcing an enemy to take its turn does not help us, so we still probably want to do on top here and on bottom there. So with that in mind, we are definitely attacking at disadvantage regardless of who we attack. So might as well attack the one that's far enough away that can't move into our space, or the one that's already injured. Well, we can't move anymore. So, and we're going to get hit with a retaliate 1 if we attack this guy. So we will attack an alternate instead. And then force someone to take an attack against someone else. Now these guys do all have retaliate, and that will cross over to their own attacks. So we want somebody in blue to attack somebody in red, because that will do a, or someone in red to do an attack to someone in red, because that will cause a higher retaliate effect. And these guys are moving and attacking at a range of 4, which is terrifying. Man, this is a crowded place to have a fight. Right. So I was going to attack with push. That does not seem as advised anymore. We could add 1 to all our attacks this round and attack 3 things. So this is attack 2, range 3, heal 2. Now the ones nearest us will retaliate. If we attack these 2, we'll get hit for 5 retaliate. Trying. If we do that, I think we take 1 retaliate, but we also manage to heal Faith. So we get retaliated for 1. We might be able to kill this guy. Faith will get healed, so that seems like a good time to meet. Disadvantage be damned. Then, do I want to make green? Probably. And this is only the first room. Right, so we can move and attack. We might not want to attack something for just 1 on this movement. But we definitely want to move to this tile so we can attack something else. So I'm actually going to skip this attack. Because I can attack for 5. I can double that attack to hit both of them. And I can do it with advantage to cancel out the disadvantage I have. And if we kill them both, neither of them will retaliate back against us if they're dead. Massive plays. I've already forgotten what everyone's goals are. Don't become exhausted, have 3 or fewer cards, kill 1 elite monster during the scenario, use your equipped stuff 6 times. Alright. Well, Faith. Whilst we've got you selected, I would love to be attacking with some blades. Attack 2 at a range of 3. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We could do that against 3 targets. We can do it at advantage. Then on bottom, nothing really inspires me. We could pull something closer towards us. I'm not sure that's going to be that beneficial. On your next 4 attacks targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies, add 2 to the attack. I mean, at least one of these guys is unadjacent to anybody, so why don't we put that in play now? And if we use our bow, we'll ignore the shield of this guy. Question is, would we rather use our flurry of blades targeting 3 things and ignore the shield of 3 shielded things? But we'll see how we go. If we could move up to either the shielded one or someone else, although, also thinking about it, we know that Cragheart has an attack, which is the Rock Slide. Create 3 single hex obstacles in empty hexes within range 4. All allied and enemy creatures adjacent to one of these take 2 damage. So this does not hit as an attack, they just take 2 damage. And we can see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can hit a lot of guys with that right now. So it's going to be Rock Slide on top, something else on bottom. Heal 2 at a range of 3. We can heal Faith again, and we can go on 38. Mindy. We can force someone to move 2. Someone within a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I bet we can't see them, can we? If we could see them, we could put this person there. They would also get hit by the other attack, but we can't see them. Don't we have a range 1, attack 1, stun? Yeah. Attack 1, range 2, stun. So we could stun that elite next to us and stun it. That will be 1 turn. It doesn't get to do anything. And if we're doing that on bottom, something to do on top is probably going to be get Silent Scream going. And we'll do that early to stun them. Then it leaves us with Brute. If we do a Leaping Cleave, we can move 3. 1, 2, 3. Or if we do with Boots, we can go further. That will create wind, but we can't utilize that wind until the following turn. Because then we can do Skewer with Pierce. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, creating wind. Skewer on Pierce next turn, so something else to do on top at the moment. Honestly, attack with Pierce 2 seems fine. Happy with the order, let's go. So these guys are moving 3, attack 5, move 2, attack 3. That is a bad time. And move 4, curse all enemies within range. Move 3, curse all enemies within range. But we're all going first, so we'll worry about that in a moment. So we have disadvantage because of our muddling. So let's cancel that out. And I will not use the piercing just yet. But I will use the power potion. Because why not take a power potion when you're attacking 3 things? Alrighty. Mindy was going to attack this one. Still seems suitable to do. We won't get any benefit from the stun, but a dead creature is a dead creature, right? And we'll put on our Scream. We have nothing to attack, unfortunately, but the Silent Scream effect is in play. Now here we're creating 3 hexes within range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be those 2. Now you see this one disappears when we do that. It's because the game will not let you block off an entire section of the level from another. So if we want to put something here, it won't let us put something there. Obviously we can still walk through this path where the wolf is, which we're going to have to do in a moment, but right now I think this is very good. We killed the one on the obstacle. Then we're going to heal Faith after she took several attacks early on. Right, we're up. Now the place we were going to stand is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get to there. And that's probably worth doing because we can kill this guy with our standard trample attack. So we'll jump all the way over to here. Then we can actually kill either of them. This one's only moving 3. 1, 2, 3. So if we kill the elite, the other one has less shield and won't be able to move far enough to cause anyone else to be cursed. It might be that they would both try and curse Brutus because he's now a closest enemy, but we'll kill the elite. Or we won't. Spoiler alert. So, I think Brutus just got cursed. That's a great -2. Right, well, our turn for Brutus is very easy. We're going to skewer on top and any type of move on bottom. That's going to hit both of them very nicely. As for over here, we only have 2 more walls to do, but we do want to start progressing over towards this door at our next convenience. So, Faith. I was looking for Duelist Advance, but that's already spent. Honestly, I kind of don't want Faith to make this attack, because it would burn one of our single out pips against a creature that has only 1 HP. I'd rather her attack the wolf with far more health right now. So, Mindy, you can scurry and attack that wolf. That'll get you to here. We are going to have to get around all of these stones, though. In fact, let's try an opposing strike, and if we can step in, move to all adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. So we can step to here. This will just take damage, so we don't even need to opposing strike. We can do some other kind of attack. Move 1 adjacent hex obstacle to a hex within range 4. So we can Rumbling Advance on bottom, then move this to there and hurt this. That will kill that dog. Wolf. So then here we want to go late so that all of this stuff can happen after a 29. So we'll play a 75 just to move. And then Faith should have a clear shot for just doing lots of running. So we'll do a move 5 on bottom. And we'll take a Sinister Opportunity on the off chance that there's something else to do. But that's going to be fine, I think. Hound manages to get in before Cragheart, unfortunately. And that's going to mean that Faith can't move. And then the spirits are moving and doing big attacks, but we should be able to deal with that. What are these guys doing? Move 4, attack 2. Honestly, as much as it sucks, I think I'm just going to have Faith pass, so these guys are still in this configuration in a moment. I guess the other thing we could do is come and stand here, but then we'll get attacked and we'll be in Cragheart's area of effect for his movement damage. So my own stupidity is going to get a waste of a turn there. Now we can move to all adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. And it wasn't an attack, so there is no retaliate. Then we can move this stone. Why can't I throw it there? Because then that would clear up the line for us. I should have thrown this stone. I'm mad about it. Fine, Mindy, you're going to take some collateral, I'm afraid. Oh, it's enemies. That's fine. That's fine. Right, Brutus is up. We are moving here. Then attacking these two with piercing. Excellent. You love to see it. Up here. We can run to there. We will get a stab in for 1 retaliate. We can heal Cragheart, who is next to us. And then we can move 2 on bottom to keep that train going. And that's the first room done after 40 minutes of episode. Now we need to get everybody to this doorway here, and then there might be some long rests in our future. So, Brutus. We're going to move this turn. Basically push everybody as far forward as we can. Then do a round of long rests. It doesn't really matter which attacks or which cards we use to get moving now. Move 4 on bottom. Do we have a move on top? We do not. We could get backup ammunition going though. I approve. Faith can move 5. So we're moving as far as we can across this room. Sorry, my front door got knocked. And then on top, does not matter. And then Mindy, also just trying to move as far as possible. But all of her... Oh, there you go. Move 5. Perfect. That's 5 on bottom. Anything productive to do on top? No. Alright. Simple turns. Although I still managed to screw it up because Faith should have gone after Mindy so we get the extra step. Right, Mindy. Move 5 all the way up to here. Love having some good extra movement. That first room was not as frightening as I thought it was going to be in the end. I think it was that double cleave that we did with the 5 attack with Brutus really helped, and then having these guys at the back line up nice and pretty did us well as well. And then Cragheart. So we're going to move 4 over here and then set up backup ammunition for whatever's in the next room. Another round. So long rest here, absolutely. Long rest there, absolutely. Back here. Move 3 on bottom. Doesn't matter on top. And Faith. Long rest here as well, but she has move 5s, so she'll be able to get back in the running pretty quick. So this is just move 3. Could end on the gold, or we could just keep one step even closer to the door, and I'm in favour of just being closer to the door. Not having enough gold is never really something we struggle with. Card to get rid of. Definitely not anything with piercing. Man, this is... I would have gotten rid of balanced measure. I should have thought about which two cards I used in the prior turn more, knowing that I was going to burn one. Because we can't get rid of that, so... in that case, I think it has to be warding strength. I don't love it, but Mindy should be a lot easier because we have Silent Scream in play. We can get rid of other augments more easily. So say goodbye to the Mind's Weakness. And Faith. Don't want to get rid of Thieves' Knack yet, just because we don't know what the state of traps in the other rooms is going to be like. That said, we could use Sinister Opportunity to move stuff if we really wanted to. Right, I guess it's between Open Wound and Flanking Strike because they're basically the same card. Right, so Faith needs to progress up the room first. That's going to be a move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets us to where Craghart is stood. If Craghart isn't long resting, he's short resting. Dirt Tornado can go. Right, we need to breach this door. And probably breach the door and do it with Mindy first, so that we can then have options about whether we want to stun something that's close to us if it's in range, or perhaps stand in the doorway with the invisibility cloak on. So if we're moving with Scurry, then on bottom, we can force someone to move further away from us, or we can force something to attack something else. If we force something to attack something else, we can then see if there's traps, and if there are traps, force something to move in that case. So Craghart just needs a move 2, and then to attack at his furthest range possible. Or Rock Slide at a range of 4. If we stood there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does not get very deep into that room though. Still, we're going to Rock Slide on top. And Massive Boulder on bottom, so that's going to be very late in the round. We want to go after Mindy. And we'll attack with Spare Dagger on top and a movement on bottom. We can move 1, 2, 3 in a straight line. if we wish to. So Faith is moving 5. That gets us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to do it after Cragheart. And if we want to do it after Cragheart, we need to play Sinister Opportunity. So Mindy's up first, standing to the doorway. Oh boy, look at all the frost demons. We've got more obstacles. So I think we are going to stand here. What are these guys doing? Move 4, attack 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're going to be right up on us if we don't stop this. So we're going to skip the last of our movement. Skip the attack. Force one of them to attack another. They are retaliating. 3 and 2. So we want something to attack an elite, because the thing attacking the elite will then take additional retaliate damage. And we end Mind Thief's turn. No, we don't. We turn invisible. Then we end Mind Thief's turn. That guy is moving 3, attacking 3 at a range of 4 with Muddle. Does not reach us. Now, if Brutus steps in, he is probably going to take 3 attacks, which I don't fancy. But at the same time, from here, we can't hit anything. But Cragheart in a moment is going to be able to move in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. None of this stuff will have moved yet. And then once we're stood there, we can create a bunch of boulders. And what we can do is we can create boulders here and here, meaning all the other enemies that aren't flying are going to have to go around the outside edge, which is going to be great. So, unfortunately, again, it's going to be a case where we're going to skip a turn here, not take either of our actions because we will become targets for stuff. So these guys without targets aren't going to move or do anything. Then Cragheart's up. Cragheart comes and steps here. Now here's the problem. If we put 2 things here, it will attack the guy on 5 HP, but we can't do a full width because that would break the level off into 2 completely separate domains. So we could do 1 here and 1 there, hit 2 of them, then these guys have to channel through there. So I think that's going to be the play. And let's take a potion for 3 HP whilst we're there. And we are moving 5 up to here. Skipping our attack. Now we have a fresh turn and a fresh opportunity to now start attacking stuff as it comes in through here. And, as I understand it, the elites will go before the small guy. So, the elites won't take a turn this turn because... Oh no, of course. Enemies can move through one another's space. So, ignore me on that point. We can't quite get to that one. At least not with our piercing. Cragheart. What kind of AoE stuff have you got with backup ammunition going? We can't use massive boulder, we used it for our movement. Attack 2, range 3, heal 2. Attack 3, range 3 with push. So we could push these guys both back. Move one adjacent hex. So we could move this to like not there or there. Oh, we could move it to here, but that's only going to hit one thing. Earthen Clod could immobilize the closer one. Then they can't move through. Oh, they can still move through him, but it couldn't get any closer to us. Attack 3, range 3, push 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't seem that strong. Anyone else want to weigh in on this? Mindy, you're still invisible. Hostile takeover. Force one normal or elite enemy within range 3 to perform its turn as if it were on our team. Don't think we need that yet. Kill one normal enemy within range. I don't really want to kill this normal enemy when it only has 3 HP. That's a much better candidate for it. Attack 2, range 4, immobilize. Push. Attack 3. Force one enemy to move. Between the two of us, we might be able to immobilize all 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack 2, range 4, immobilize. So that works there. Then here, attack 2, range 5, immobilize both. That's top. Something to do on bottom. Range 2, heal 3 is the same card. Add 1 to all your attacks this round. Seems adequate. Mindy needs something to do on bottom. Probably just moving in a bit then. The other option would be, well, we can't scurry and perverse edge on bottom. That's not going to work out. So we'll take a move. If we do it very late, then, or at least later, we'll still be invisible by the time that comes round. Then Faith back here. Move 4, gain advantage on all your attacks this round. Well, none of these guys are alone. If that's on top, we need a decent move to get into a range where we can hit anything, which we don't really have. So it's going to have to be move 4 there, then Swift's bow with advantage. Who hasn't played anything yet? Brutus. We used both of our ranged attacks already. If we can move 3. If we move 3 like that, we can then skewer something. They're all going very late, which is nice. Move 3, attack 4. Move 2, attack 4. Move 4, curse. So we're moving up to here. We're gaining advantage on our attack. And we already have advantage. We could pierce through the guy who's threatening to muddle us. We could attack one that will likely die. Curse all enemies within range. Move 4. It just pains me that it's the only thing with a shield at the moment, but you have to make decisions sometimes. So that thing's out of the running. Mindy. So we're going to attack that one there and stun it. Are we? Or are we going to attack this one here that we might kill with a +1? Called it. And we're going to step into here. Okay, these guys are moving 3, attacking 4. But this guy isn't going to be able to move and attack us if he is stopped. So we are way further back than I thought we were. So if we jump to here, we can then attack with cleave. And then Cragheart. Attack 2 at a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Add 1 to our attacks. And then immobilize both of these guys. Now they can't hurt us this turn. The other one's going to move in a bit, I assume. No? Maybe it didn't have enough movement to get to us, so it just didn't move at all. In any case, I'm happy about it. Mindy, you still want to... No, somebody wants to kill an elite. Hunter, kill 1 or more elite monsters. Do we have a way to do that? Attack 3 at a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. If we step forward, we can crater. Move 2, heal 1, attack everybody. These guys have lost their immobility. I was going to say imperviousness, but that's definitely not the word. Move 3 and attack 3. Attack 3. We could do that and get over here, and if we do it with advantage through our goggles, there's a chance we draw a +1 and we don't take any retaliation damage because we just kill it immediately. And if we don't, we can Thieves' Knack. So, Faith's going to be stood here. Trample moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could move 4 to the other elite and then attack them close up with Unstoppable Charge. There's a chance this one will move, but that seems okay. And Mindy, something to do. Force one enemy to move. Attack 1, range 2, and stun. Yes. So if we're doing that on bottom, something to do on top. Kill 1 normal enemy within range 4. They are not. So Our top half is going to be not very much right now, but that's fine. They're going on 18s. Shield 2, move 4. Summon. Frost Demon suffers 1 damage if there's fire. Right, Faith is fine on her initiative. We are attacking this guy and stunning it. And you know what? Let's get Perverse Edge back. We can do that next turn as well, perhaps. This attack is wasted. We are moving 3 to there. And attacking for 5 because we have extra damage. Do we still have a miss in our deck? We do, and a -1. And a curse. So, give me the advantage, just because I really don't want to take the retaliation damage if we miss. And seeing those 2 cards, I feel justified in our decision. And this guy is Shield 2, move 4. Well, in that case, we will keep moving up. First one was stunned. That one does not very much. We're going to... Are we going to jump and trample through here? It burns a card, but it will let us attack this guy more efficiently. Yeah, we got so much health, we can deal with some retaliate. Although it would be 3 the first time. Then 3 the second time if we don't kill them. We do have 2 curses in our deck. But the other idea is we don't stand on them as we pass through. And then do Unstoppable Charge at advantage and try and get a +1. No. If they had 5 HP, I'd be more likely to do that. But we will do this. Confirm the attack. We take the damage. We kill them in the brute's turn. Cragheart is up. What were we even doing? Like, we do not have any targets anymore. I take it we cannot see through this wall. We cannot, so that's going to be a missed attack. But now we are up. Now, if Mindy had a chance to, and she does have boots that let her jump, so she might be able to, kill 1 normal enemy within range 4 on top. Force 1 enemy to perform move 2 on bottom, but we do not have line of sight to that tile. Faith. You would need a rest of some kind in order to take a turn. Do you have hook and chain? Not currently. We would need to be here to pull that guy to there, and then if Mindy caused it to explode, it's going to hit the 2 of us, I think. Is it friends or everybody? Kill 1 normal enemy within range 4. Attack 2, target all enemies adjacent to the killed enemy. So it wouldn't do any friendly fire damage. I guess we have to think, can we, as a party, kill this thing ourselves faster than Mindy can just blow it up for an 8 damage attack effectively? If we short rest, we could move away and then attack it with a ranged attack. That would not be a problem. Cragheart. If we move 2 to here, we can see that tile. Move 1 adjacent hex obstacle to an empty hex within range 4. Alright, well we can step to here. If we do it on 29, we'll be more likely to go before it. We can step to there and throw this obstacle here. So Faith needs to short rest. We can burn Sinister Opportunity. Then we want to Swift Bow and Open Wounds. Faster than Cragheart's going to do that. We can then move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the door and shoot back. Mindy just needs to get moving. We can do that with move 5 on bottom with Boots of Jumping. And then we can have a basic attack to go with that if we need to attack when we get there. Then Brutus. 1, 2, 3. We do have 3 movement, but it does come with push. Move 2, attack 2 on top. Move 3 on bottom. We'll do that late as well. Alright. They are going on a 78. Faith's initiative is fine. We are moving to the door. Then attacking this guy. Good stuff. Then Cragheart is going to step to here. Then throw this to there. It is dead. We collect the gold we're stood on. Then we just have movement now. So we can move 3 to there. And then 2 onto this gold. I think we'll invest in 3 extra HP at this time. Then Mindy at the end. Perform a move 5. With jump doesn't get us much further. Jumping only gets us 1 further, so we'll save the jumping for the next room. Although there's a chance we simply long rest again before we get in there. It's a whole new round. Let's start with whoever's at the furthest back. I think that's going to be a long rest. This is going to be a long rest. Mindy is going to be a long rest. And then Faith. We could step into the room and turn ourselves invisible for the turn that comes immediately afterwards. We would have Flurry of Blades. On that turn, we could attack 3 targets with double damage. Although we don't have our goggles to do that at advantage. And this room is not very large. So as unnecessary as it might feel, I think we are going to long rest. We will get some HP back as well. The card we will burn will probably be Open Wound. So here, Sweeping Blow, easy choice. Cragheart. How much backup ammunition do we still have? It looks like 2 in that lower right card there. So I think Sentient Growth can go. Mindy. Fearsome Blade. I never play Fearsome Blade, I swear. Faith. Alright, now. We just want to open the door and kill lots of things. Now we have lots of cards available to us. So we should consider using some of our bigger burn stuff. If we think it's going to be particularly useful. If Faith is going to open the door, we need a move and then Smoke Bomb on top. We'll do Thieves' Knack. And then... No, we won't. If we do Smoke Bomb on top... There's a chance that we can move and attack on top with Duelist Advance and attack on bottom with Swift Bow next turn. That will be 2 attacks we get to make whilst invisible. So we'll use Swift Bow for our movement there. Then we can either attack lots of stuff with Flurry of Blades or lots of stuff with Duelist Advance and Thieves' Knack. Then if Faith is standing in the doorway, invisible, we want to move up at least 2 and then attack with a ranged attack. And then these guys just want to do as much movement as they can at this point. Scurry forward for 3. And then force 1 normal or elite enemy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Probably not going to be one within range 3 of us at that point. So we'll go for a Submissive Affliction with range 5. That might be more likely to hit something. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move 5, jump, destroy all obstacles and disarm all traps moved through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will get us way closer, way faster, and get some XP. We probably also won't have anything to move for the top half of that card, so that's fine. So that's bottom. On top, heal 4 at a range of 2 for somebody. Simple stuff. So Faith moves into the doorway. Okay, we got some company pretty close. So it's left and right, Frost Demons. Living Spirit, Dog, Dog, Living Spirit. Living Spirit, Demon, Living Spirit. There is also a treasure chest and 2 stun traps, although the flying creatures we can't put into the stun traps currently. So we're going to skip the rest of our movement, become invisible, and our turn. Mindy. We can get one of these dogs to attack another. They both have the same retaliate score. But we can actually have them attack the bigger guy behind that has a higher retaliate score. They miss, but they still take 3 retaliation damage, which is fine. before the end of the fight, we do want Mindy to kill one of these ice demons. That would be very helpful. Right, they are stacking themselves up closer to us. Because they can fly, so they perceive the threats behind Faith. So we're going to move forward to there. Then we can only see these guys. We can't see the ice demons. So with an attack of 1, we would need to draw a ×2 to make any, or one of our Pierce 3 cards would work. So with that knowledge in mind, I will play this hit with advantage. It's not to be. Then Cragheart, we're moving up as far as we can. And we're going to heal Faith. We can still perceive her while she's invisible because she is an ally. Frost demons do nothing because they have no target that they can walk to. Now it is us. So Faith is currently invisible. Her attacks do additional damage whilst she is invisible. On your next attack while invisible, double the value of the attack and gain 2 XP. So we can do a melee attack for 6, or we can do 3 ranged attacks for 4. I think the ranged attacks are the easy option there. That's on top. On bottom, add 2 to all your attacks this round, targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies. That's not going to work here. Thieves' Knack on bottom isn't going to do very much for us either. Or we can move 4, gain advantage on all our attacks this round, and then attack something with advantage with our Duelist's Advance by moving in then attacking. No, we're going to do it that way. We're going to try and keep everybody up because somebody's goal is to keep everybody up. Mindy, where are you at? I would really like you to Cranium Overload one of these guys. However, from here, we can't see those guys. So maybe we do get Faith to move forwards. Alright, you talked me into it. So we can Cranium Overload on top, kill 1 normal enemy within range 4, attack 2, target all enemies next to them. And we'll do that from the doorway, so we need something on bottom. And we need to go after Faith. But as soon after Faith as we can. Faith can go on 6 with her shoes. So we will go on 8. Then next turn we can hostile take over somebody as well. So Faith is going before Mindy on 6. Then Mindy goes on 8. Faith moves into one of these 2 tiles. Mindy moves into the doorway. That leaves 1 remaining tile in the room that we can actually stand in if we wish to. Move 4, stun all adjacent targets. Well, Mindy's going to be here, or Faith's going to be here attacking this one. This one's just going to die. But it would stun the other two. Suffer no damage on the next 3. If we did that on bottom, we wouldn't have anything to do on top, so we need to move. So we'll move and stun on bottom. And then attack with Leap and Cleave on top. Then Cragheart, you can stand in either of these two positions. You still have 2 backup ammunitions. Attack 3, range 3. 1, 2, 3. Attack 3, range 3. All allies and enemies suffer 1 damage next to the target. Or create hexes. There's 1 hex there. There's 1 hex there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would also need to be stood in the doorway to do that. We have green. Attack 3, range 3, push 2 on top. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But it's not great for the push. Particularly the stuff that's flying. So I think I'm going to Massive Boulder on top. Then I need some movement on the bottom. Living Spirits moving early is annoying. Everything else is going very late. Faith needs to change hers to Initiative 6. Then we are moving to this tile. And what are these guys doing? Move 2, attack 2, range 3 and muddle. Move 3, attack 4. Move 2, attack 4. I'm just going to attack the giant guy at advantage and hope that we can draw something that might increase the attack to an 8. We cannot. But then we can attack them for 3. And if they die, we don't take retaliate on the second hit. Now, Mindy. We're stepping 2 steps forward to here. Then killing 1 normal enemy, which is the target of our quest line. No extra damage, but that's fine. Now, we expect lots of stuff out of these living spirits. I think that's the first attack Mindy's taken this whole game. And Brute. Now, I was going to attack like that, but I think now what I'm going to do is move in with jump. To like there. And then just attack one of these guys because they have 3 health and 2 shield. And so attacking for 5 would just kill them if we don't draw a negative. Seems pretty likely at the moment. We've burned through a lot of our +1s, but not much else to do. Well, that's a good time. Then Cragheart. If we stand here, 1, 2, 3. Or if we move 4, we can attack 3 with push, and we may push someone into an obstacle. But would you look at that? Would you look at that? If we move to here... then attack this thing. We don't even have to push them into an obstacle. That Frost Demon Elite found somewhere to stand. And that is the first time we get to show off our fancy armor. Ice element is created. Fresh turn. We do want to get to that chest at the back, if we can. Mindy. I would like you to do a hostile takeover. Force one normal or elite enemy within range 3 to perform its turn as if it was one of our allies this turn. That's on a 9 on bottom. Unfortunately, we can't get anywhere to make an attack on top, but that's fine. Cragheart. All adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. That would kill one of the ghosts. We can move forward with jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not ideal. I think we can put Retaliate on bottom. And on top. Attack 3, range 3. There's 2 things for us to hit. Faith, we cannot get through this area. We need to short rest. Goodbye. No, we're going to keep using that because it's an attack on bottom. And in our current predicament, we really want to hit stuff a lot. Now, we're already attacking at disadvantage, so we might as well attack 3 things at disadvantage, right? Or, even if we move away, I think Faith is going to become exhausted regardless, so... we'll do that. Then Brutus over here. We've got no real good place to try and stand otherwise. So it's going to be a skewer on top. And Juggernaut on bottom. So, Faith. Attack 3 things. 1, 2, 3... Attack all the stuff that doesn't have shield as well, since we're attacking at disadvantage already. And we'll attack this wolf. Hopefully not draw badly. We drew great. Mind Thief. What are these guys doing? Move 3, attack 4. Move 2, attack 2, add +2 if any of the target is adjacent to the Hound's enemies. So this is a attack 4 basically. Move 3, attack 3 at range 3. Move 3, attack 4, create ice. Alright then, let's take... the wolf's turn away from it. we do not have any scope for movement. Hound killed a thing for us. As ever, I was expecting it to go against the thing with Retaliate, but we don't get to decide how the moves get taken. Next 3 sources of damage, we take none. And do I want to attack the dog or the big guy? Let's get rid of the dog. Then Cragheart here. We still have extra range, I think, or extra attack. So you get hit and you get hit. And why wouldn't we stun someone at this stage if we have the capacity to do so? Huge miss for us. Right, so Faith is still up this round. If we could go and collect the chest and kill everything this turn, we might be able to finish without any of our allies going down, which would be highly beneficial. Question is, how are we going to move that far? Move 6 must be in a straight line. Well, that doesn't help us. Move 4 with jump puts us right on a trap. We still have boots. We're just really in the wrong spot. We've spent trample. We're going to short rest anyway. Goodbye, spare dagger. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 also gets us onto there. If only we had move and attack in one thing. I think I'm getting too precious about trying to finish this without Faith going down. We could long rest, take a turn, then long rest again. I think that will actually work out if we can keep her alive. Mindy, what have you got going on back here? Goodbye, Perverse Edge. Scurry will kill the wolf. Frigid Apparition will stun the ghost. No, wait. Submissive Affliction. Force one enemy within range 5 to perform attack 2. Well, the wolf can attack the baddie, the ice guy, and then the wolf will die. So that's on bottom. Then on top, we can go in, attack the ghost, or maybe the ice guy, and then heal Faith. So Faith is long resting. Mindy's acting on 20. Here we can Earthen Clod, Rock Slide, that's no problem. Then here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can move 6 on bottom and attack on top. This is going to be fine. We are immobilized. Right, dogs down. They're stunned. Heal Faith. Mindy absolutely has a Loot 2 card we might have possibly been able to play. We cannot move now, so we will do the attack that does the most damage to this guy, which is both the same. And we still miss. We cannot move. Cragheart also cannot move. If we create obstacle there and obstacle here, the ghost will die. The other guy will take 2 damage. We can heal Faith again. Right, Cragheart wants to kill an elite this game, so hopefully he'll get a shot to do that. So, collect the chest. Cragheart kill the elite. Mindy. Loot 2. But that is on Scurry, which is our top move card. We can't move on top and Loot 2 on bottom. But with so much gold around us, we should probably consider looting 2 anyway. And you want to have 3 or fewer cards in your deck at the end. We need a short rest. One, two, three, 4, 5 with jump. We don't have it. Do we have a loot card? We do not. Do we have throw something? No, that was clear the way. We have jump, so we just need to be closer when we try and use jump. But also, we want to kill 1 or more elite monsters during this scenario, so we should focus on the killing. Somebody else should focus on the looting. Move 4. We just want to be in the way. So we can attack later. Faith. Just don't do anything. Move on to this trap. Have that trap be out of the way. Mindy is going to loot 2 for all of that cash. And then play this augment for 1 XP. Then Cragheart is going to step up to here. And why not heal Mindy? Then Iceman is going to try and hit us. They take 2 retaliate. And we are going to move 4. Oh, we're going to move 6 to there because we got rid of the trap. Yes. What's in the chest? 20 gold. Oh, man. Fine. Brutus, please. Create 3 things. Everybody else just long rest here. Long rest there. That guy's going on a 78. Create 3 single hex obstacles. Confirm. Why not move to where the gold was? Silly. Then these are done. Get rid of anything, because the event is going to end as soon as this turn is over. Shame about Mindy going down.
The last of your adversaries dead, you approach the back of the chamber, where a small blue sphere floats above the floor.
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing.
You slowly reach out your hand and find the orb cold to the touch. With a firm grip on it, the temperature is almost unbearable, but you quickly stash it into your pack and make your way back to the crooked bone.
So we did not get Protector, but we did get Use Your Equipment, we did get Kill 1 or more elites, and we did get have 3 or fewer cards in hand at the end. Now, is Mindy going to get an extra point on her quest now that she's killed an ice one? These are the important questions. Hike back to Gloomhaven.
You enter the abandoned tavern and call out to Hale. With no response, you wander around, observing the chaotic mess around you. You wonder how she gets any work done in this environment. As you approach the counter, Hale appears before you, holding the orb. Very interesting. She doesn't seem to notice you at all. A rift in our plane, somehow contained within a spherical barrier. Good thing you didn't break this on your way back. You easily could have been sucked into a realm of pure frost and been frozen solid before you had time to breathe. Or something worse could have happened.
Yeah, worse.
It's just so confounding. Who would have the power to do this? Hale takes a step to the left and disappears again. You wait for what feels like hours, refusing to sit on the few stools that haven't yet fallen apart. You call out occasionally, but receive no response. Oh, you're still here. You turn around to see Hale in the middle of the room. Good. I'd like to experiment on you if it's all right. She reaches out to you and you stumble backward, falling over a table that splinters into hundreds of pieces. Oh, don't be a baby about it. I'm pretty sure it will end well.
Oh yeah, reassuring.
Hale explains that she wants to try to bring forth raw power from another plane and contain it in a small orb that could give enhanced powers to anyone possessing it. The containment process, however, requires a lot of gold metal. Now that you have helped me in my endeavors, I suppose I should return the favor, Hale sighs. So, what was it exactly that you wanted?
Alright, we unlock the Enchantress, and we have 8 XP. Forgotten Crypt. Drake Nest. We're up to 12 scenarios on the Eternal Wanderer. Up to 8 perk points for the Battle Legend. And that is all. Oh! The Enchantress is like a new type of shop. Oh! This screen allows you to add enhancements to all of your abilities. Select the ability and then the enhancement slot. and then the enchantment you wish to add to that slot. Be aware the different enhancements cost a different base amount, and that cost will be modified by the number of enhancements already on the card and the type of ability. When you remove an enhancement, you recover its original cost. That is sick. Alright, well, we will investigate that later, but for right now, it just leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button below. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those below as well. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.